Well, Apple are at it yet again. They're in the news this time for all the wrong reasons. The battery on the MacBook Pro is now prone to overheating, potentially exploding or catching on fire. It's such a problem that certain airlines have now issued a warning that you can't actually take the MacBook Pro on a flight. If you do, it needs to be packed away safely in luggage, and it can't be opened or used during the flight. One such airline is Qantas here in Australia. So I know a few other airlines have mentioned they're doing checks on them, and soon they might ban it altogether, just as Qantas has. This is representing a massive headache for people that own the MacBook Pro and travel a lot, and it's really quite an indictment on the brand to have that against its name. It's really unfortunate. So if you own a MacBook Pro, don't jump the gun. Go to the Apple Store and take your machine back right away. You can go to a website, which I'll leave a link to in the description box below. It's an Apple website where you can enter in your serial number to find if your MacBook Pro is one of the ones affected. So it doesn't affect all units, but it does date back all the way back to around 2016. So if you have purchased a MacBook Pro in the last few years, go to this web link and check it out. Another thing that's come up about this particular model, if you're looking to purchase one, or if you already own one, is the butterfly keyboard, which has been prone to jamming up because food and dust particles can become lodged inside the keys and actually affect the mechanism. Now, when this first started to happen, I produced a video about a year and a half ago, and I demonstrated how to fix the problem yourself using a can of compressed air. When I created the video, I expected to have 5,000 or 10,000 people with that particular need to find out how to fix the keyboard. In just over a year, it's accumulated 176,000 views, which is absolutely phenomenal to think that that many people have had that problem with the MacBook Pro keyboard. So it really does indicate that that was a major design flaw. Second to that, Apple actually issued an extended warranty program for the MacBook Pro keyboard. So if you have one that is affected by this issue, you can either follow the video that I've created on how to repair it yourself by using compressed air, or you can take it back to an Apple Center where they'll repair it for you. Now, incidentally, I love getting user feedback on my videos, and there was some great recommendations on that video when I demonstrated how to use the compressed air on the keyboard. Compressed air costs around $10 to $15, so it's not cheap, and a lot of people were actually quite irate that they would have to fork out that kind of money just to fix their keyboard, which was actually an Apple design flaw. So they came up with some other suggestions, which I thought I'll quickly share with you today. One of them was to use a blower brush, which a lot of photographers have handy, and this thing usually costs anywhere from $5 to $20, and that will do the same job as the compressed air. Another one, which came out of left field for me, was actually quite ingenious, and that was to use a hairdryer. So if you have a hairdryer at home, consider applying the air with the hairdryer. Make sure that you don't have it on heat mode. You don't want to be overheating the MacBook Pro. You don't want to cause any extra damage. So that's actually not a bad idea. And another one that came out of left field was to use a bike pump. And I thought that was actually a really good idea. Most of us have a bike pump handy. You don't have to go and fork out the extra cash for the compressed air. Again, it does the same thing. And the last suggestion was just to use your breath and blow on the keyboard. Some people said that they even used a straw to do it. That's not a bad suggestion. However, keep in mind that you will have food particles blowing on that keyboard. It's probably not the best recommendation, but if you don't have anything else, certainly you could give that a go. So as always, it's great to get feedback on the channel, and where possible, I'll relay it back to the viewers. And I thought that those suggestions were certainly adding some extra value there. If you do want to see the full technique on how to remove the particles of dust and food from the MacBook Pro keyboard, I've left a link to it in the description box below. Let's hope this is the end of all the problems with the MacBook Pro, and keep in mind that they are scheduled to release a 2019 or possibly 2020 model very soon, which is rumored to have a 16-inch screen and some extra features, and possibly a completely redesigned keyboard, and obviously an improved battery. So let's hope that eventuates soon. If you enjoyed this video, hit me up with a like. See you on the next one. Bye for now.